Throughout the Caucasus, where every rugged valley is likely to have a village with an old fort and a long history, identity is very important. It's a wedding in the village of Gunib in Dagestan. As the wedding party hurries away, the villagers celebrate their good fortune in the age-old manner. Here, where outsiders rarely come, people express themselves uniquely, simply, joyously. Traditional dancing, traditional dress, traditional music. But it's something more than mere entertainment. Family, village, clan are values that recur throughout the Caucasus. The further down the valley, the more these values are eroded by the influences of the outside world. It's important to Dagestanis that each generation is reminded of the special ties that bind them, if the torch of identity is to be passed on. The sweetness of life today in the Caucasus belies the violence of a not-too-distant past. Home and hearth are still not taken for granted, when in the time of their forebears, petty local warlords and invading armies made the Caucasus a virtual theater of war. Every man was expected to be a fighter, every woman to keep his house. In Dagestan, old warriors never die. They simply change profession. But Dagestani women continue to cater to their menfolk at home with the niceties of a protocol born of centuries of practice. As part of the Soviet flock, the Caucasus republics today have at last come to enjoy a prolonged, and they believe, permanent period of peace. Though around them everywhere are reminders of a turbulent past. Overlooking the village of Gunib, the walls of an ancient hilltop fortress are the vestigial remnants of one of the most incredible tales of the Caucasus. The story of a charismatic Islamic holy man known as Imam Shamil. To his Dagestani followers, Shamil was a demigod. To the Russians who fought against him, he was a monster. One of the most formidable enemies they had ever encountered. For over 30 years, Shamil conducted a hit-and-run guerrilla war with Russia from a network of mountain strongholds. During that time, he slaughtered over 15,000 Russian soldiers, always fighting in his beloved mountains. Only once did Shamil come near defeat. On that occasion, the Russians took as hostage his little 8-year-old son. For 15 years, Shamil plotted to get him back, and then came his chance. 2 Georgian princesses were living in this house under the protection of the Tsar. To the acute embarrassment of the Russian army, in a daring raid, Shamil's men swept down out of the hills at dawn and abducted the princesses on horseback, complete with their children, a nanny,